This one is it's gonna make you wonder, like, what the hell? Okay, so a college women's team bus. It says search by cops. Delaware State University team bus stop and search in Georgia. This is a women's lacrosse team. Let's get to it.
Delaware State University students, majority black college, by the way, their lacrosse team gets pulled over on the university bus in the state of Georgia, and the deputies bring drug-sniffing dogs to the university bus. Here's the first video.
Check it out.
Why I'm coming on the bus right now is to tell y'all that we're gonna check y'all's luggage. Okay? If there is anything in y'all's luggage, we're probably gonna find it. Okay? I'm not looking for a little bit of marijuana, but I'm pretty sure you guys as chaperones are probably gonna be disappointed in you if we find it. You guys are on a lacrosse team, correct?
Yes, sir.
So if there is something in there that is questionable, please tell me now. Because if we find it, guess what? We're not going to be able to help.
So the deputy is saying that they're actually looking for narcotics. So they decided
to
pull
looking
over
for
the
drugs like
lacrosse
marijuana
team, the university bus, and bring in drug sniffing dogs to find narcotics on the bus. There's more video. Here it is.
Okay. You heard the state of Georgia, marijuana is still illegal in the state of Georgia. Okay. Anything that you can put marijuana in, maybe a device where you smoke it, maybe something that you could weigh it, like a set of scales, anything. Okay. If there's nothing, then I'm thankful to make my job a lot easier. We're gonna get this done. We'll have you guys on your way. Okay. You guys have any more questions for me? I explained it pretty good?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Give us a few minutes and we'll be on. You guys will be on your way. Okay?
India. Dun, 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 dun.
As a college professor, it is heartbreaking to witness something like that, to see it, and to realize this is quite normative for our young scholars, okay? Deputies knew those on board were on the lacrosse team. The deputies were aware of that. The Delaware State University students received an education about potential racial profiling and questionable law enforcement practices with a charter bus traveling through Georgia as their classroom. Let's put up a picture of them going through the bags of the children, of these college students. Liberty County deputies searched the team's luggage in this photo. This photo was taken by one of the players on the bus. Now, to give you a little bit of context, they were playing a tournament in the state of Florida. After the tournament, they were headed back to Delaware and they had to go through Georgia. On their way through the state of Georgia, Liberty County decided to pull them over. Georgia has 159 counties, and the vast majority of them operate just like Liberty
That's
County.
A lot of counties in Georgia.
It's certain to be a lesson they'll long remember. But this occurrence has raised eyebrows well beyond Delaware State University. Its women's lacrosse team traveling north on I-95 in Liberty County, Georgia, southwest of Savannah. This happened on April 20th. We're just getting the information today. The Hornets were returning from home after playing their final game of the season at Stetson University. This was in Florida. The bus driver, his name is Tim, all right? Tim Jones was initially told that he was improperly traveling in the left lane when the bus was pulled over, according to DSU student publication, the Hornet newspaper, and its website, the Hornet Online. The incident was first detailed there in a story that published Friday, written by Sydney Anderson, a sophomore lacrosse player who was on the bus and a direct eyewitness. Now, you may be asking, how did this go from a questionable traffic stop?
That's a good question.
To drug sniffing dogs and going through the bags of the lacrosse players? How did that happen? By that time, Liberty County Sheriff's deputies had begun removing players' bags from the vehicle's cargo bay to search after asking Jones to open it. Okay? Police had drug-sniffing dogs at the scene. Let's put up a picture of the president of Delaware State University. Remember, majority black institution. His name is President Tony Allen. All right? President Tony Allen has something to say. DSU President Tony Allen informed the university community about the incident in a letter early Monday. He said, and I quote, in part, "They, like me, are incensed," President Allen wrote. "We have also reached out to Georgia law enforcement and are exploring options for recourse, legal and otherwise, available to our student athletes, our coaches, and the university." Okay, let's put up a picture of the coach. All right.
Here's the coach.
Delaware State coach, that's Pamela Jenkins. Coach Jenkins called the incident traumatizing on Monday and credited team members for staying composed. When team members saw their luggage being removed before a deputy had begun his explanation, they were stunned, Jenkins said. She continued to say, the infuriating thing wasn't the assumption of guilt on their deputies.
Yeah, the deputy thinking
that was what made me so upset because I trust my girls. One of my student athletes asked them, how do we go from a routine traffic stop to narcotic sniffing dogs going through our belongings? The police officer said that on this stretch of highway, there are a lot of buses that are smuggling people and narcotics, and they have to be diligent.
Bullshit. That is cop-splaining 101 right there.
Okay. You see this foolishness, right? This is just harassment, pure and simple, of a lacrosse team. These are students seeking to become the future leaders of our society. And this is what happens to them because you want to harass somebody. Now, come on. You know good and damn well this bus of lacrosse players, they're not smuggling narcotics. Okay? This was their pretext for their false context to do exactly what they did. Governor Carney released a statement on Monday calling the video upsetting, concerning, and disappointing. Let me take you to the sheriff. His name is William Will Bowman. Look at that. Black man is the sheriff of Liberty County.
Wow.
Now, Sheriff,
unreal.
Your deputies are out of control.
Yep.
Now, I don't know you, sir. I did make some phone calls, heard some bad things about you today. So let me say this very clearly, and please make sure you send this to the sheriff. If you do not get your deputies under control, if you do not come out and make sure that these deputies are no longer with this department, you have my personal guarantee that I will help, I will fund, and I will advocate for your opponent. You can take my word to the bank, Sheriff. All right.
Hell yeah. Take that to the
Adrian, what are your thoughts here?
Well, I think this is, again, just another display in dominance. This thought that I can mistreat these people, I can abuse them, so what about their civil rights or protections? I am going to harass them and to wage microaggressions against them, to have that inference of drug trafficking use. It's dehumanizing, and it's something that, unfortunately, people of color experience every day. And in this case, it definitely seemed like these members of the lacrosse team were from a marginalized identity, being women. And so seeing these officers take it upon themselves to need to feel they can flex on these students, it's pathetic, but at the same time, it's dangerous, and it really does harm individuals' lives, and it creates a further divide and disconnect between the average citizen and law enforcement.
Yeah, if you had any student on that bus that had some level of respect and trust for law enforcement, gone.
It went out
completely
the door.
Out of here, right? Now, not only are they traumatized, you have impacted a group of college students who will now tell other college students, who will now say, look at these cops. Look at these dirty, violating cops. Is that what you want to be? And at some point, there has to be a transformation, a change. And I'm no longer just talking about reform of police. We got to replace them. That's really the key word now. Replace, replace, replace. You got to get a new stock because this one.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just mind boggled that these deputies, they pull over a bus with, women lacrosse players from college. And they go on the bus and they're just treating all these women like they're hardcore felony criminals, like they're smuggling drugs and weapons like that. Come on. These are college students, playing sports for the academic and trying to get an education for the better of their lives, themselves, and try to be future leaders like that. And these cops already coming on the word go, cops explaining them and treating them like they're hardcore felons. Like they're smuggling drugs, like they're convicts. I mean, that one cop, he had that fucking $1 million stare down like he's looking at a bus full of fucking convicts instead of a bus full of young women. Fucking more cosplaying. And that is another happy fuck the cops day. And today's Tuesday, so we'll make it double. Double your pleasure on happy fuck the cops day. With that said, I'm out of here, Mike Joe. Peace out.